So we start lying on our back, feet flat on the floor, knees pointing up towards the ceiling, and hands just resting on your rib cage with your fingertips lightly touching as we just go into some nice breaths to begin with. So breathing in for the count of 4, and then breathing out for the count of 4. Adding 1 count each breath. Breathe in for 5. And out for 5. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Keep going. Breathing in for 6. Feeling the ribcage expand. And the belly inflate. And then breathe out. Your ribcage closes back in as your belly drops down towards the floor. Good. Breathe in for 7. And out for 7. And just keep on going, adding 1 count as you breathe, up to 8, 9, and 10 counts, but only breathing and working to whatever feels good for your own body. If you do have a regular or a recent C-section scar and the tissue feels tight as you do these big breaths, then just ease it back and just breathe to whatever length feels okay on your body. Okay, so 1 more big breath, breathing in as much as you can, and then breathing out, ribs come back together, and belly flattens down. Perfect. Okay, now we're going to open the knees out to each side. So if you want to place your hands onto your hip bones, and then just open your left knee out to the side, and then as you breathe out, pull it back in together. Breathe in, open your right knee out to the side, and then breathe out, pull it back in as the belly muscles tighten and draw backwards down towards the floor. Good, keep going with that. The hands resting on your hip bones as a little reminder not to let the other leg get carried away, carried over as you open each knee out to the side. So we're trying to improve the mobility of your hips and also the stability of your pelvis. Good, 1 more each side. Breathing out, pulling it back in. And the right. Breathe in, lower. Breathe out, pull it back in. Good, now let's float the arms up so they're pointing up towards the ceiling with the palms facing each other. Now, as you inhale, we're going to open the right knee out to the side as you open your left arm to the opposite side, and then exhale, close in the ribcage, pull the belly button downwards. Then the other side, left leg, right arm. On the inhale, we open. On the exhale, we pull everything back in. And again, breathe in and open. Again, watching out for that opposite leg, not getting pulled over. Breathe in and open. Breathe out. Breathe in. And out. 1 more on each side. Good, and then sorry, we'll finish with the left. Lovely, and then just float the arms back down to rest on the floor beside you. Then I'm just going to lift my arms just to show you what I'm doing with this pelvic tilt. I want you to do some of these pelvic tilts. So you'll tilt the pelvis forwards and feel the glutes press down and a nice, well not so nice, but a bit of an arching in your back. And then as you tilt the pelvis back, you'll feel the glutes start to lift off as you press the lower spine down into the floor. So just do those two extremes and then come to rest in the middle. So you still feel your bottom rib connecting to the mat underneath you, but there's maybe a little bit of space in this lower part of your back. And then just rest the hands down onto the floor beside you. This is called neutral pelvis, neutral spine. Now on your inhale, lift the arms up to the ceiling, and then as you exhale, take the arms up overhead, bringing the backs of the hands to the floor if you can. Then breathe in, lift them back up, and breathe out, lower back down. Now we're going to keep going with this, but I want you to pay attention, especially on this up and over, to what's happening to your spine. If you find that you're lifting off too much like this, then just don't take the arms just so far back. Breathe out lower. Breathe in, lift. Breathe out overhead, keeping the bottom rib on the back fully connected to the floor. Exhale, lift back up. And inhale down. Inhale down. Exhale down. Inhale, lift. Exhale over. Without those ribs flaring. Inhale up. Exhale down. Good. One more round. Breathe in, lift. Breathe out overhead. Breathe in, lift. Breathe out, back down. Okay, good. Now just float the arms up to the ceiling again with your palms facing each other. This time on your inhale, we're going to open the arms out to the sides, feeling the ribcage expand with your in-breath. And then on your out-breath, close the arms back together as you close the ribcage back together and pull the belly button down towards the floor. Breathe in, expand the ribs and the belly. Breathe out, close everything back in. Breathe in and open. Breathe out, pull back in. Good, two more. Breathe in and open. Breathe out, close back in. One more. And out. Good. Okay, then on your next exhale, let's just float the arms back up overhead, making sure the back of the ribs stay connected. Then as you breathe in, we're going to bend the elbows, bringing them down to the side of the body. Then exhale, reach up, breathe in, and out. Breathe in, breathe out. Two more, breathing in, bringing the elbows down. Breathe out overhead. And last one, breath in. And breath out. Overhead. Perfect. Good. Now I want you to grab a small ball, or if you don't have a ball, a firm cushion will do. And we're just going to place it in between the knees and just stay in this position. Here we're going to practice squeezing and releasing both the knees and the pelvic floor. Okay, so first off, squeeze the ball, then squeeze the pelvic floor, then release the pelvic floor and release the ball. And again, squeeze ball, squeeze pelvic floor, release pelvic floor, release ball. Two more like this. Squeeze the ball, squeeze the pelvic floor, release pelvic floor, release the ball. And last one, squeeze the ball, Squeeze pelvic floor, release pelvic floor, and release ball. Good, now we reverse that. So squeeze the pelvic floor first, then squeeze the ball, then release the ball, and release the pelvic floor. Now I know it can take time to get this connection again, but this will all help. So squeeze pelvic floor again, squeeze the ball, release the ball, release the pelvic floor. 2 more, squeeze pelvic floor, squeeze the ball, release the ball, release pelvic floor. And another one, squeeze pelvic floor, squeeze the ball, release the ball, and release pelvic floor. Good, now take your ball away for now, and we're going to go into some shoulder bridge, okay, some glute bridge or shoulder bridge. So maybe bring your feet a little bit closer back towards the body. We start off with the pelvis in that nice neutral position again, a little finger width of space in the small of your back, hands down on the floor beside you. Take a breath in, and then on your exhale, tilt the pelvis back and then start to peel the spine off the floor, feeling each section lift off the floor one at a time. Hold here for a breath in, and then breathe out, roll back down, feeling the upper back, middle back, finally your lower spine reconnect. Inhale as you tilt the pelvis forwards to neutral, and then exhale, repeat. Lift, squeeze into the glutes, breathing in, and then exhale, roll back down one section of the spine, connecting at a time. Inhale, tilt the pelvis, good, exhale, lift, breath in, and then breath out, roll back down. One more just like this before we start to introduce the arms. Exhale, lift up, squeeze, activate those glute muscles, breathing in, and then breathe out, roll back down. Okay, on this next one we're going to float the arms up overhead on your inhale. So exhale, lift the hips. Then as you breathe in, take the arms up overhead, bringing the backs of your hands to the floor if possible, and then exhale, bring the arms back down together with your hips. Breathe in, tilt the pelvis, breathe out, roll and lift. Breathe in, take the arms overhead, and then exhale, roll back down. Good, 2 more, breath in, and exhale to lift. Inhale, lifting the arms, and exhale, roll back down. Inhale, tilt, exhale, last one, lift. Inhale, arms overhead, and then exhale, roll back down. As long as everything's feeling okay, we're now going to come up into that shoulder bridge and do the knee and arm openings, okay? So exhale, lift up. Good, now we're going to hold it here. Float the arms up so they're pointing up towards the ceiling. Good, now on your in-breath, take that right knee out to the side as you open the left arm, and then exhale, bring them back in. Then the other side. And exhale. Good, just keep on going. Roll back down onto the ground if any of this doesn't feel good for your body. And you're only opening the knee as wide as feels okay for you. Exhale, back up, really squeezing into those glutes. Good, one more on each side. Last one, inhale, open. Exhale, lift. Breath in. And then exhale, let's roll everything back down. Good, and then just hug your knees into your chest for a moment and just rock a little bit from side to side, just to release that lower back and stretch out under your glutes. Okay, good. Then roll over onto your side and come up now into a seated position. Okay, so now you're in a seated position, and I want you to use either a magic circle if you have one, or if you don't have one, you can use a band or a belt or anything that you can hold and pull a little bit of resistance on. Okay, so I'm going to show you with the both versions. So I want you to bring your hands out to about shoulder width apart, and just if you're using a band or a belt, just pull gently on so you feel the outside of the arms getting activated. If you're using the magic circle, we have our hands on the inside and you're pulling apart gently. You won't see much movement there. Okay, now hold the circle or the band out in front of you at chest height, watching that this doesn't happen, so keep those shoulder blades down in their sockets. Now take a nice breath in, pushing against that band or against the circle, and as you breathe in, we lift the arms up overhead, and then exhale, bring it back down again. Good, breathe in and lift. Watching that this doesn't happen, you don't start to flare the ribs and overextend the back. And then exhale, lower, keep on going. Breathe in, lift. And breathe out, lower. Breathe in and lift. Breathe out and lower. 2 more. Breathe out. Keeping resistance on the band or the circle, whichever you're using. And out. Perfect, good. Now we're going to bring the circle out to the side. Or again, if you don't have a circle, you can use a nice firm pillow or cushion or something. So you just have the arm out to the side, and again make sure you're not hunched or rounding in the shoulders, so keep your shoulder blades down and your head lifted. The opposite hand is just resting on your knee. Okay, take a breath in, and then on your exhale, push downwards with the arm and pull the belly button in. Inhale, release. Exhale, push and pull inwards, reaching up through the head. Inhale, release. Exhale, push. Inhale, release. Nice long breaths. Breathing out, push down. Breathe in, release. Good. Really trying to get that pull backwards and tightening in of the rib cage, pulling in of the belly as you push the arm down. And 2 more. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Good, and then swap over to the other side. Take a nice breath in, check your posture, and then exhale, push down. Pulling belly button back. Breathe in, release. Breathe out. Reaching tall through the head. Breathe in, release. Breathe out. Good. Keep on going. Two more. Good, okay, then we're going to finish just with some squats. Okay, so bring yourself up into standing position, so you're up on your feet. Okay, so you're on your feet. Now bring your feet to about shoulder width apart with a little bit of an angle in your toes. Okay, now on your in-breath, we're going to push the bum out behind. So breathe in and reach backwards with the bum bending forward slightly. Then continue by bending the knees, but making sure your knees don't come too far forwards, okay? And then reach forwards with the arms, just to avoid this happening with your back. Now on your exhale, push up through your heels, a little squeeze into the glutes, and take the arms back. Okay, breathe in, push backwards, bend the knees, reach forwards, and then breathe out, push up through the heels, take the arms back. You can practice this with a chair or a sofa behind you, so that if you do feel like you're losing your balance or you're going to topple backwards, you have a nice soft landing. Good. Just do a few more. Always watching your knees, being really mindful of what's going on with your knees. Good, just a couple more. Last one. Great. Okay, so that's you, workout complete. I hope you come back to it often. Feel free to repeat any exercise for a higher number of repetitions if it's feeling good for your body. Okay, enjoy and have a good week.